Riva Steenkamp was 29 years old, a law graduate, a model, a rising television personality in South Africa. In the early hours of February 14, 2013, she was inside a secured home in Pretoria. At approximately 3 a.m., neighbors reported being awakened by raised voices. Some described an argument. Others heard a woman scream. Minutes later, 4 gunshots echoed through the gated estate. The shots came from inside the bathroom of the house owned by Oscar Pistorius. Riva Steenkamp was behind a locked toilet door. The bullets struck her through the wood, hip, arm, head. She collapsed in the small tiled space. Pistorius called emergency services shortly after. He told operators there had been a terrible accident. He said he believed an intruder had entered the house. His account was clear. He claimed he woke up during the night and heard a noise coming from the bathroom. He said he felt vulnerable without his prosthetic legs. He believed someone had climbed in through the window. Without confirming who was inside, he fired 4 shots through the locked door. Only afterward, he said, did he realize Riva was not in bed. He broke down the door with a cricket bat. But investigators began examining the physical evidence. The estate had no signs of forced entry. Security logs showed no unknown visitors. Electric fencing was intact. Inside the bathroom, the bullet grouping was tight. Experts testified the shots were fired deliberately through the same small area of the door. Neighbors insisted they heard shouting before the gunshots. The defense challenged that claim, arguing sound can distort across open courtyards at night. Phone records were reviewed. Light usage inside the home was analyzed. The timing between the alleged argument and the gunshots was measured carefully. The prosecution argued there was no intruder. They suggested an argument escalated, that Riva locked herself in the bathroom, that the shots were not fired in panic, but in anger. The defense maintained it was a tragic mistake in a country where violent home invasions were common. The court had to decide between 2 versions of the same seconds: fear or intent.
In 2014, Pistorius was found guilty of culpable homicide, a finding that the shooting was negligent but not intentional murder. Public reaction was divided. Prosecutors appealed. In 2015, South Africa's Supreme Court of Appeal overturned the initial verdict, ruling that firing multiple shots into a small locked space constituted intent to kill, regardless of who was behind the door. The conviction was changed to murder. He was sentenced to prison. Legally, the case reached its conclusion, but the central moment remains confined to that bathroom. A locked door, 4 shots, no intruder, no independent witness inside the room, only the physical evidence, and 1 surviving account. The law defined it as murder, yet the precise emotional truth of those final seconds, what was said, what was feared, what was intended, exists only in the silence between 2 people and a door that never answered back.